Hey guys, welcome back to OIC Chris, where it's never too late to have an OIC moment. Today's video we'll be looking at question 8, which is another graph question in the maths paper 1. I just want to remind you guys about the live Q&A session I'll be doing on the 11th of May 2022, which is before your guys' maths paper on the 13th. Tune in at around 4 o'clock. I'll be going live. I will be doing some questions and then you guys can ask questions thereafter. Please note that you will have to be subscribed to the channel to ask questions. So without any further ado, let's jump into today's video. Okay, let's have a look at question 8. So question 8 is one of your calculus questions. So they're wanting you to find derivatives. So 8.1 says find the derivative of f of x using first principles if it's given that f of x equals to 3x squared. Okay, so if we use our quick rule to find the derivative of this, we know that we multiply the exponent down and minus 1, so we should be looking at an answer of 6x. Okay, so we need to get to this. So let's use first principle. Now, when it says x plus h, what that means is in every x position you have to substitute x plus h. So let's have a look. So the limit as h tends to 0 of f of x plus h, which means it will be 3x plus h squared. So I've substituted x plus h into this x. Okay, now I'm just minusing the function off, so 3x squared, and that's going to be all over h. Okay, now you know you're heading in the right direction when you can manipulate the top, that the function cancels out with whatever you have the x plus h here, and you can cancel out an h at the bottom. Okay, so the limit h tends to 0. Okay, I'm going to sort this out. That's 3x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 3x squared all over h. Okay, now this 3x squared will cancel with this 3x squared, so I'll be left with the limit as h tends to 0 of, let's see here, 6xh plus 3h squared all over h. So I can take h out as a common factor at the top there and cancel it out at the denominator. So I'm left with the limit as h tends to 0 of 6x plus 3h. Okay, now when you get to this point, the limit as h tends to 0, all you can do is, you don't have to understand what a limit is. All you do is you plug 0 into every h's position and you'll be left with 6x plus 3 times 0, which equals 6x. And we've achieved what we wrote up top there. Okay, let's have a look at 8.2.2. So 8.2.1 says find the derivative of f if f is given as x squared minus 3 plus 9 over x squared. Okay, now when we're dealing with our variable in the denominator, okay, we know that for exponents we can take it to the top, but then our exponent becomes negative. Okay, so that's what we can do here because we haven't learned how to do the derivative for a fraction. Okay, so I'm going to take the exponent to the top. So that's x squared minus 3 plus 9x to the negative 2. Okay, now I just apply my rule. So I multiply this down in front. So 2 times 1 is going to give me 2x, and then 2 minus 1 gives me 1. Minus, now remember, for a constant, technically what we have is we have 3x to the power of 0. Okay, so 0 times 3 is going to give you 0, and then this whole thing is going to give you 0. So the constant then becomes 0 plus, let's see, 9 times negative 2, it's going to give you negative 18 to the power of x. Now we need a minus 1 up here, so this becomes the power of negative 3. Okay, so this is then going to be 2x minus 18 all over the cube root of x. Okay, that's how, oh, not the cube root, my bad, talking nonsense there, all over x cubed. Okay, now let's have a look at 8.2.2. okay, once again asking us to find the derivative, but now note that the function here is 2 brackets. Okay, so we're going to first FOIL out the bracket and then use our rule for derivatives. Okay, so what we need to do is g prime of x is then going to be, let's not do g prime yet, let's just sort out g. So root x times root x is going to give you x. Okay, then we're going to have minus root x plus 3 root x and then minus 3. Okay, now we can do g prime. Okay, let's just quickly sort this out some more. So that's x plus 2 root x minus 3. So g prime of x is then going to be, let's see, x to the power of 1, so that's going to become 1, plus that's a half. So we have 2 times a half gives you 1, and then we have to minus a half. So now it becomes x to the power of, we have to minus 1, so we get minus a half. Apologies for that. And then for a constant, like I explained earlier on, we're going to get minus 0. Okay, so our final answer is going to then be 1 plus 1 over the square root of x. Okay, and that's how we go about doing this question. Okay, if you found today's video helpful for question 8, then please leave a comment down below. Please leave a thumbs up on the video, it does help me out a lot. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do consider subscribing so that you guys can be notified when I do release more past paper videos. And remember, it's never too late to have an OIC moment.